All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
This sucks.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Will of the Councils. I'm your host, as always, Joseph. We've got Danny in the booth.
Yeah, hello.
We've got Jordan in the booth.
Hey, what's going on?
And we've got Becky on the ones and twos. How are you all doing this week? Did you have a great first week of 2024?
Peeps, do you want to start? I feel like you've got something always.
Yeah, it was pretty good. 2024 has been good so far. I don't know. It's just been normal, you know? Like, that's nice.
Yeah.
When my week is just normal.
Well, thankfully I have a mechanism by which we can talk about something a little more abnormal before we get into it. 2024, I would say, so far has been the year of the tunnel.
No, man.
I
you
have
can't do
been
this to me,
shocked
dude.
at how many tunnel-related stories we have gotten. We've gotten 3 tunnel stories in the first week. I got to ask you a question. If there was no zoning, there was nothing stopping you from doing it, would you consider building a tunnel in your backyard?
no. Dog, I got a job. I work.
I got things to do, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm the only asshole who wants to dig. Oh, my bad. I thought this was a safe space. I thought I would be able to talk about my innate desire to get in there, get big and sweaty in a cavern that only barely sustains my weight without any supports on any side before it collapses in on me and I suffocate. But I guess I'm the asshole for wanting that.
Look, I'm going to be real with you. I've seen you in person. Ain't no way you're going to get out there and fucking dig a tunnel. I love you, buddy. You are not doing that shit.
Watch me. Watch me. You will see me on the news.
Well, the problem with Joseph is that he loves rickety haunted places. So
that is true.
So if a place is haunted and he can create his own haunted space, he would do it in a heartbeat.
I'll just do a shit job building it. It'll collapse on me. Boom. Haunted. I'm the ghost.
Fast travel to being haunted. You get to be the specter.
I've found the hack. And we've got some people today who have who have found the hack.
Yes, they have.
So here's what I'll say. Last time for our introductory episode, I think we picked some that were, I mean, it was pretty clear what the deal was.
I was going to say
we had 1, 2, 1. Today, we picked some real strange ones. We're leaning into being haters online, and we are starting with a post that is sourced from Twitter, but is a year-old post on r/Am I the Asshole. Am I the asshole for telling my date that he shouldn't call himself a Harvard alumnus?
Banger.
So
amazing stuff.
I mean, before we even get started, oh man,
I know.
And listen,
sometimes you read a title and it's poetry.
Already good.
It's already good, and it's hard to avert your eyes from the tags that they put on Am I the Asshole? And this tag is everyone sucks, so you're in for a good one.
Okay, so let me get into it. So I, 25F, matched with a guy who had Harvard alum in his bio. There aren't too many of those in my small Midwestern city, so I suggested we grab some coffee. The date started off wonderfully. We had many shared interests, and I spent a good 30 minutes talking about them. I talked about my amazing undergraduate experience at Harvard and asked him what he concentrated in. He gave me a blank stare. After a moment, he said, "Oh, I finished a web dev certificate from the extension program." After some Googling, I discovered that anyone can finish the web dev certificate by paying $6,000 and taking 3 online courses. I then asked him, "Why are you calling yourself a Harvard alumnus?" When people hear Bobby went to Harvard, they assume that Bobby has an actual degree from Harvard, not some certificate that holds no real weight. My date got up and left, but not before he said, "This is why most people can't stand people like you. I've gone over our conversation multiple times, yet I can't see where I said anything wrong." Peeps, I just know you're chomping at the bit to talk about this one.
He's screaming.
Oh my god. This is why people can't stand people like you. He was spitting.
What do you think he means by people like you? I mean, there's the obvious, Harvard alums. There's the like anti-Semitic, like, university graduates. But I think he is referring here to women, right?
Up.
He's saying
no, come on. You have to wait until at least episode 5 before they cancel us. Come on.
Yeah, this is not. We can't make the next problematic Spotify podcast.
God.
all right. Well, what do you think they mean by people like you? What's your take on this, peeps?
Pretentious academics is what he
Correct.
means. And all right, when you go, I don't know. I'm like so 50-50 on it. Like when you go to college, I guess you're allowed like a little bit of pretentiousness, but the pretentiousness just oozes out of this post when she's like, all you have to do is pay $6,000. And I get, like, from the context of a tuition, $6,000 doesn't seem that much. But, like, that's still a lot of money, you fucking loser. I don't know. Like, I'm sorry. The person went to Harvard. I don't really even want to get in the argument if it's okay for him to call himself a Harvard alumni. But like,
I do. Well, too bad, dummy. No, too bad. That's what we're talking about. And I will go to bat here. She saw this guy on a dating site. Do not forget this. So when you call yourself a Harvard alum, what's the first thing you think? You think that he went to Harvard for undergrad.
Well, I mean, yes. He did take classes and got a certificate, though.
No, that's fine. I'm not saying that.
That's
he
like
didn't do that.
No. That's not fine. Hold up.
Wait, what?
If you get a dev certificate through a program at a university, you are not an alumni from there.
That is true. Actually, I agree with that.
That's correct. That's like fucking Mitt Romney being like, oh, I'm a Harvard alum because they gave me like an honorary degree for my work in sterilizing non-Mormons. I don't actually know if he's done
Elizabeth
that.
Warren, Native American.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Okay, fair. I will capitulate to the fact that I guess I don't care about the definition of alumni. I don't know. Like, if it's actually wrong to call himself an alumni, then fine, whatever. But being like, I don't know. I just hate the pretentiousness of this. Like,
yeah, I think we can all agree that we hate the person who's writing this
100%,
post, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. That what an insane thing to do at the table. Crazy.
I love the way that she describes it. Wow, not many Harvard alums in my small Midwestern city. You're not in a fucking romance.
Come on.
Novel, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not about to find, the other intellect. Like, this is written by the female Brian Griffin, right?
Yes.
Not often you find
what
another
a good
deep
description
thinker here in my small Midwestern town of Quahog.
Oh, dude.
Okay. The other thing is Bobby went to Harvard. Oh yeah, real transparent there. Bobby Kennedy went to Harvard, and everyone thought, we went to Harvard. And my favorite line in this entire post is, "I've gone over our conversation multiple times, yet I can't see where I said anything wrong. Should have taken more literature classes. Let's do a close read of this conversation."
Chef's kiss. Oh, it's so good.
It's great. But unfortunately, she is right. This guy, despite the fact that he did not go to Harvard, is trying to get laid online by lying.
He is lying.
I'm convinced.
This is a classic I'm 5'11", I'm 6 foot.
You know what's crazy, actually,
That's
Danny,
fair.
is that you are actually 5'11", right?
Yeah, it's crazy. With shoes on, I'm pretty much 6 foot. You can hear from my voice how tall I am, right, guys?
If you get the DeSantis shoes, you're like 7'5", right? You're like a fucking Harlem Globetrotter. This guy, they don't make DeSantis shoes for degrees. I mean, the weird thing about this is, like, why are you, as a man who did not go to Harvard, putting this on your dating profile? You are self-selecting into a group of people who care about the pedigree of your undergraduate institution, which, just go on record here, is fucking insane. And you can't be surprised when you attract those kind of people, and you certainly don't get to stand up and be like, this is why people hate you guys, the people that I self-selected into.
You're right. Okay, I've completely 180'd on this. Like, yeah, I still think the poster is in the wrong for sure, but
Yeah, she's a monster for sure. I mean, she went to Harvard. She can't be normal.
oh my god, that is so awesome. You're so right.
It definitely, like, you sit down at the table and the first thing you think of is, wow, what a jerk. I can't believe she said that to him at the table. You're not you're an asshole, blah, blah, blah. And then you realize, wait a second, hold up. Yes, she might be insane for saying that at the table, but this guy does not get off scot-free. There's no way.
No.
Yeah.
No. There's just no way. Okay, now I'm going to ask a follow-up question. Let's say this guy who, let's be real, is telling at best a half-truth on his dating profile. Why doesn't he just, in the middle of a date that's going well, commit? She goes, what did you concentrate in? Literature. How hard is that? Lie!
Are you advocating that he should go harder with lying?
Joseph.
You're so annoying. God.
No, I'm not advocating it. I'm just, I'm wondering aloud. I'm just,
You're developing a strategy mid-date is what's happening.
I guess I do agree with the fact that if you're going to lie, do it right.
Decision time.
All right, time to vote. This guy may not have gone to Harvard, but we went to the School of Hating. Let's get our votes in. Danny, what do you think? Is the woman the asshole?
Man, you can't ask me that because she is an asshole, but I'm going to say she is not the asshole.
Jordan, where do you land on this?
Wow. I was on the other side of this, and I have been convinced to change my mind because clearly this dude is putting in his online dating bio that he went to Harvard to get laid. And Harvard for pussy.
He's looking for puss.
He's doing the Barack Obama thing. He's trying to find the ethereal bisexual, right?
Okay, look, I understand why this one has the
he's
everyone
literally
sucks
that.
tab, but I can't say that she's the asshole.
And I gotta agree, that is a 3-0.
Boom.
The council has spoken.
Okay, next up is a post that could only have come from reddit.com. And I'm going to read the title for this, and please keep commentary to a minimum.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm already giggling.
Am
Please
I
go
the
ahead.
asshole for not wanting my sister at my wedding since she is in a wheelchair and will take up all of the spotlight?
Oh boy, I have. I actually had to call in some reinforcements on this one. I couldn't. Well, I'll let you keep going until I continue this. But go ahead.
Ugh. Already off to a fantastic start. And it's a total
Amazing.
Reddit moment that I can see right under the tag, just like Danny said on the last one, those beautiful words, not the a-hole. It's like such a classic Reddit scenario.
It's so good.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
My sister, 26, has been on and off out of the hospital. Okay, first of all, already a problem. In and out of the hospital.
Oh, okay. Come on, Mr.
I
Grammar.
went to
Andy,
Harvard
continue.
School of YouTubing.
That's true.
I am going to call my sister Anna. Anna got cancer when she was 15 and was able to beat it. Congratulations. Ever since, she has been having growths, and anytime one appears, we are worried about the cancer coming back. My issue is, she always makes the announcement that she needs to go to the doctor again at the worst times. At the beginning, I thought it was just bad timing, but it has happened so many times when I hit a milestone. My graduations, my birthdays, my engagement party. Anytime she makes an announcement, she needs to go back to the hospital, and my whole family flocks to her. I had my birthday dinner turn into my relatives flocking to her for the whole night. I had a dinner party to announce my wedding date for my relatives. It was going great. It was a fun time until Anna told Mom she needs to go back to the hospital. Everyone forgot about the reason, was pretty quiet. My aunt stepped in to do a pray for Anna. Another event taken over. I went low contact after that. She was invited to the wedding. It's in 2 weeks. I learned today she is on and off a wheelchair from my mom and Anna. She will need to take it just in case for the wedding. I asked if the rest of the family was informed, and she told me no. I told both of them they need to inform them. They told me they don't want to worry them and won't do that. I had enough and told them, you need to tell before my wedding. Again, a no. I then informed them Anna is not invited. This started a huge argument about how I'm a dick, and my point is I am sick of her stealing the spotlight. That's what will happen if she rolls in with a wheelchair. Okay. Danny, I'm going to make you deliver yours.
No, come on, man. You can't do this to me. You can't
do you want
do
me to
this
start?
me.
You could take the
Episode
third one.
2. Please, I'm begging
so
you.
This is insane, right? This is like the craziest scenario ever.
It's yeah, it is crazy, for sure.
So I maybe am a huge hater, but I sort of see where the poster is coming from.
Spitting.
Like, it clearly sucks that a bunch of important life events where you're supposed to be the focus of those things immediately get derailed and turned into kind of a pity party for this girl who's in and out of the hospital, right? That said, this is the most insane Reddit post I've ever heard. Like, if you have a family member that is in a situation like this, you, as a large family, and certainly you as an individual, need to have a plan for how you are going to accommodate this person's, like, continued health struggles. And part of that plan is going to be ensuring that everyone gets to have a good time and remain upbeat at, you know, a fun family event. That's just something that happened. And let me tell you right now, this scenario is unique in that, you know, not everyone has a wheelchair-ridden sister, but everyone has, like, an uncle that just got bad news. You know, everyone has, like, a grandparent who's on the way out. This is just part of hosting family events. Yeah.
Living?
And I get that you can feel resentful to your sister, that she's getting all this attention that should be directed to you. That's something you talk about with your therapist, you know?
Wrong. Keep posting on Reddit. We need this content.
For this event specifically, what you do is you probably say, hey, you know, just a heads up, there's going to be a portion of the seating that will be to accommodate, you know, persons with disabilities or anyone using a wheelchair. You know, if anyone needs it, feel free to take it. And then it's not that big of a surprise if she has to get into the wheelchair or something. Instead, she's like throwing a tantrum because her sister might go to the hospital.
She might have cancer.
All right.
Peeps, I know you're on the other side of this.
I'm on the other side of this one. Okay.
Go, Peeps.
And here's why. I want to be very clear about this because this is extremely sensitive. You know, the fact that this person is a cancer survivor, obviously, congratulations, you beat, you know, one of the most awful diseases ever. I will continue with this, and I do resonate with the poster here. What I don't resonate with, to start off, is how sort of venomous this is, right? Like, clearly, like, this resentment has been building up for a while, you know?
Yes.
And it's a little bit different. And what I meant when I said that I had to call in reinforcements, I actually had to talk to my wife about this one because I was like, I need some input here. And this one's actually
it's hard.
And the thing that really sells me to agree with the poster here is that the family is not notifying the other family members that this is the state of Anna, right? Like, Anna's in a wheelchair. Like, I would prefer my wedding to not be the first time that the family sees that Anna is wheelchair bound, right? Like, that's really not a tactful way to break the news of that to the family. You know what I mean? So that's my, like, this is the one thing that really pulls me in the direction towards the poster is, like, I really understand the want and desire to not make it a big reveal at her wedding that Anna's in a wheelchair now, right? The sort of like she's taking all the attention stuff kind of sucks ass a little bit, but I really do understand how that is going to come as a surprise to all the guests at the wedding to see Anna in a wheelchair, and let's give everybody a heads up before then, you know? And that's why I personally, I understand where the not the asshole tag has been given to this poster, when thinking about it like that. Like, if I was in this situation, that's what I would request of my mother and my sister.
And let's not forget, right? She said no. The sister said no, right? Or her family or whatever. She was like, "Could you tell everyone?" And they said no. What?
Wait, well, let me roll back. Is that true?
Yeah, she will need to take it just in case for the wedding. I asked if the rest of the family was informed, and she told me no. I told both of them they need to inform them. They told me they don't want to worry them and won't do that. So instead, you're just going to roll in and reveal then?
It sounds like that's the way to resolve it, right? Is be like, well, you need to tell the rest of the family so they don't worry. And they're like, oh, no.
Yeah, like, okay, you don't want to worry them? Then what are they going to think when they get there? Like, the thing you're trying to avoid doesn't change by not telling them. You're just going to place that worry on the wedding, which, like, yeah, that will take attention away from the event that this person is trying to have about themselves. It's their fucking wedding. Like, I'm sorry. I resonate with that, for sure. Like, I get it. I don't know. I
will say, that kind of does change things. I will say, I am certainly interested in this family dynamic, because how is it that everyone is so absolutely distraught at the concept that she's going back to the hospital, but they only ever see the sister at big events for the other sister? So how is it that they're all so concerned about the health of this woman, but they don't keep in contact with her enough to ever have any understanding of where her health is at? Like, unless the sister in the wheelchair is engineering these situations, which I think, despite the fact that everyone on Reddit seems to think so, is probably a little unlikely. How come all of the aunts and uncles are like, oh, we have no idea if she's alive or dead, and then they come to a birthday party and she's like, hey, I'm going back to the hospital, and they go, oh God, I care so much. I mean, at that point, it's as much a performance from the extended family as it is from anyone else.
That's the question I had too. I was so confused that everyone stops doing whatever the event is. Like, I understand caring and doing whatever, and then hopefully getting back to what you were doing as the hospital and the professionals,
let me paint a picture for you, Danny. You and I and Jordan, we go to a 3v3 YCS, and after 45 rounds, we finally do it. We, against all odds, win the YCS. This has like a 90% chance of happening, by the way. And as our victory is being announced over the loudspeakers, the intern from the side deck that's running it says, congratulations to team, I don't know, councils or whatever. And just so everyone knows, like, my grandmother is going to have to get a biopsy on that growth that's on her back. They think that it might actually be cancerous.
And then they give the intern the trophy.
The mood immediately drops. Yeah, the mood immediately drops. I can see it being like, well, it's a birthday celebration, and the girl is like, yeah, I'm going to have to go back to the hospital. I might be dying. Like, how are you supposed to be like, damn, that's crazy. So how was your year?
That's true. When you put it that way, I guess I understand it more. But like, she says this happens every single time.
In the comments, she says it's about a 50-50 if someone else's event is going to get an announcement at it. But that she has never interrupted one of her own events, graduations, etc.
Well,
man, it just, the problem with the poster is that the more she talks about it, the more it feels like a conspiracy theory.
I know.
Like, she is putting her tinfoil hat on. But I'm not saying that's the case. It just sounds that way.
Is the sickly sister Anna is conspiratorially taking over her sister's events from deep-seated sibling hatred. Like, I think that sucks. Like, I don't think that's really a part of this.
I think everyone on Reddit wants that to be what's going on.
I think
Yes.
What I want to lean in on is that, like, what does she mean by announcement? Like, literally, is it? Does she say announcement in the post?
Yes.
Because if she's anytime she makes an announcement, she needs to go back to the hospital. Like, does she really mean like Anna is taking a glass, clinking a spoon on it, and going, "Everyone, I'm going back to the hospital." And then, oh no, like, is that literally what's I don't know. That sounds ridiculous to me. That just sounds completely fabricated. There's no way that that's actually what's happening, right? I don't know.
I don't know. Regardless,
God, this one's so
I think
good.
I would probably say, yeah, we should vote.
Decision time.
Danny, do you think this poster is the asshole?
I do not think they are the asshole.
Jordan?
I'm also going to say I do not think this poster is the asshole.
It's going to be a 3-0. This was a hard one. This one was disastrous, man. This was, whew.
The council has spoken.
And this one's rough too, right? Because it's extremely sensitive topic. Like, it really is easy to go either direction, like, very strongly, right? Like, you could be like, this sister is conspiratorial and trying to ruin this sister's life by taking over and trying to be the spotlight. And also on the other side is like, you're absolutely an asshole. How dare you say this about your cancer survivor sister? Like, it's a very emotionally mountainous sort of topic.
Yep.
So I'm actually really surprised we all landed on the same side of the argument here.
I think that the top comment, of course, is psychopathic shit. Explain calmly to your sister that she has hijacked every event in your life. Don't do that. But you should probably have like a serious discussion with the mom and the sister and be like, listen, I understand you don't want to worry people, but I'm only going to get the one wedding. And it's supposed to be kind of a celebration of our love. I would really appreciate if it wasn't the first time that our entire extended family and all the guests saw that you were not doing particularly well.
That's completely reasonable. That's why I'm on the side of the argument that I am. That, you know what, Joseph, you put it in more eloquent words than I did, so thank you.
The Redditors, of course, are out for blood. They're like, you need to tell her that she's a monster. You need to text the extended family and be like, she's going to be in a wheelchair. Don't get tricked. It's like, oh, my God. Jesus Christ. That's why, again, talk to this type of thing with a therapist. If something is going really wrong in your life like this, don't source fucking Reddit.
Boom. Yeah, we're not your mom's Reddit. We don't say, oh, everyone
There's
sucks.
a winner and a loser in every interaction. I learned that from dark psychology TikToks.
I learned that from Reddit.
It just smacked me late.
All right. You ready for the...
God, I am so excited about this one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about this one.
This last one is titled, Am I the asshole for not inviting my friend's husband to dinner because he eats way too much?
Sorry, please let me laugh. That's so awesome.
Shut up!
I mean, it's about
You
Jordan,
knew-
right?
I don't care that I'm peeking the mic on this one.
Yeah, this is just Jordan. Jordan, did you feel like...
No, it's true. It's so fair, though, which...
Oh, come on.
He's a big, beefy boy. He's like 6'5". He's like 900 pounds of pure
I know.
beefsteak.
I consume about 4,000 calories a day.
Big dick.
I have a perfectly average-sized...
Yeah.
A generous lover.
Okay.
All right, so this one goes, my friend has been married for a year now to her firefighter husband. She is the only one in the friend group that is married. Wonder why that is. I usually host dinners every couple of months, and we're going to do a late one for the holidays on Friday.
I just want to say, firefighter husband. Remember that.
What is it? It's
Yes.
the thin red line. Real quick side note. I don't want to get in the weeds on this. How do you guys feel? You all see the Blue Lives Matter flags. You go, oh, my God, right? How do you feel when you see the
Firefighters,
red ones?
Based. Public servants.
I'm always like, every time I see one, I'm like,
Yeah,
what
we
are
all
you trying to
love you.
prove? I don't think anyone is anti-firefighter, right? It's like,
No one is anti-firefighter. We love you guys.
Yeah,
Has this
like
been a problem. Are you okay?
You never hear firefighters being like, "Can't go around fighting fires these days the way wokeness is." It's like what?
Now we gotta ask the fires their pronouns before we put them
Oh my god. Okay. This one's going well already. Okay. I usually invite him, but money has gotten tight due to the holidays, and he eats so much. I understand why, but it always results in my having to do double recipes or I run out of food. So this time I told everyone that I want to just do a girls' night. This means my friend's husband is not invited. If he isn't there, that there is enough food for everyone without double recipes. She called me up asking why I'm doing a girls' night. I told her the truth that I can't afford to make double for dinner and her husband eats a lot. She called me a jag-off, and now she's telling my friends why. Everyone is split, and no one is offering to help with the food bill. Edit. I will give the group the option of Venmo me some money or change it to a potluck, or I will be canceling it. Okay. Jordan, this was just made for you.
all right. As the resident big boy of the three of us, okay? All right. I know we all... Joseph, I know you're also tall, but, you know, I consume a lot of food, okay? And I know the cost of this, right? It is not cheap to feed a person like me, okay? I'm not going to say that the guy is in the wrong here, right? We just eat a lot of food. That's what we do, okay? What this post is a lesson in tact. Because what the poster is saying is completely valid. It costs a lot of money to have everybody over, and the holiday times are around. It's tight for finances. I can't afford to feed this many people, especially not some big barbarian firefighting behemoth that eats 5,000 calories a day. All right? So what she could have done is tactfully said, I want a girls' night. And they go, why do you want a girls' night? And she says, I just want to have a girls' night. Or, I want to have a potluck this time. Or just says to everybody, hey, I don't really have the money to feed everybody right now. Does anybody want to bring your own dish or something like that? You don't have to directly say your big-ass husband eats too much.
God, your husband. Oh, he's so
This
annoying.
is absolutely on point. There's it's the most solvable problem I've ever heard in my entire life. It's like these people. Did you ever watch that movie, The Invention of Lying? In it, no one knows how to lie. And they constantly get into situations like this where it's like, why do you want a girls' night? Oh, because your husband's a big dumb oaf who can't eat a normal portion of food. Lie. I just thought during the holidays it would be nice to have something that just our girls were at. Or let's do a potluck. Or like Jordan said, say you are tight on money. That is the reason you're not feeding this guy. Say you're tight on money, and for that reason, can we skip a month or can we do a potluck this month? I'm sorry, this is an insane person's problem.
It's just... Go ahead.
First problem with
I've
this.
spoken enough
First
on this,
problem.
but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just... No, don't worry. You'll get your word in again. I just want to be clear. Western PA, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you got
Jag-off.
Got him.
Can we talk about this? They called her a jag-off.
They're correct.
And they're
right.
legitimately
correct. Okay. Let me just ask a question, right? So this person hosts a dinner, and everyone comes and eats food, right? Aren't you pre-portioning the plates?
Well, no. I mean, the parties I've been to, it's like multiple dishes are made, and everybody just gathers.
Well, yeah, because you're not invited to some of these parties
you're
because
right,
you're the
you're
asshole.
Right.
You're the
I'm
you're
not
the husband who
invited
can't
to the
stop
parties
eating.
where people serve me my own plate. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not trying to pour shame or whatever, right? But how is the difference maker as to whether you can host your dinner for what, 6 people, the 7th person? Like, it's like if I have to feed the 7th person, I will die destitute, but I will not compromise on serving the 6.
That's what I absolutely agree. How is that the difference maker? Like, yes, he eats a lot, but like, what? You're already making a ton of food for what is to be like, I assume, multiple people.
I'll defer to Jordan on this one. I assume that he is correct when he says that he can eat an amount of food that
I
dwarfs
can
any
probably
human.
eat 4 people's worth of food. That
I'm not inviting
honestly,
you. You are not coming.
Dang, dude.
I don't mean to say
you're
this
not
is an
invited.
exaggeration. Like, I eat a lot, especially if there's like drinking involved and like I kind of get snacky as I'm drinking. Oh, I've gone through like 4 or 5 plates full of lo mein at a Chinese buffet. Like, I can just go. Like, I can just eat, you know? And, you know, actually, I really resonated with this because when I was a kid, I still ate a lot of food. And my friend's mom talked to my mom and was like, it's hard to have him over because he eats so much. Yeah, seriously, this did happen.
There's no way
it is real.
this
It is real. That was something that was said. Because like they'll make dinner and normally they would have leftovers, but when I was there eating dinner, I remember, I'll never forget this. It was angel hair pasta shrimp scampi that they made one time, and it was like a big pot of it, and I just ate like about the same that the rest of the family did. It was the kid who was my friend, his sister, the mom, and the husband, and they all had their plates of food, and I ate about as much as the 4 of them did, and all the food was just gone because like I went up for seconds and thirds and I just kept eating. Like, that's why I really resonate with this, because this has been like my whole life.
4th and 5th and 6th.
I didn't know we were in a call with the fucking very hungry caterpillar. Holy shit.
I really didn't know we had a firefighter in the
So,
call.
I get how much of a financial burden it can be for somebody to just eat that much food, especially if they're like anticipating for this meal or whatever it is to like go a couple days. But the thing that doesn't make sense to me is this is like a party meal, right? Like, this is a party that they're planning.
Yeah.
You don't like plan on this to be leftovers. You're making like
Yes.
popcorn shrimp, maybe like an entree, like a lasagna platter or something, but a lot of finger foods and stuff. Are you planning on snacking on finger foods the next 3 days? Otherwise you won't survive the winter? Like, I don't understand. But yeah, like,
Okay.
That's a great point. Survive the winter.
Yeah.
Like, what, he's hibernating?
But wait.
Let me add a little bit of spice to this one and inform you some of the things that are going on in the comments. So we get a picture of this guy, not a physical picture, like an emotional one, as this throwaway account starts describing what the guy has done at previous events. Okay? So we've floated a lot of solutions to this, pre-portion everything. He's a big guy and eats a lot, so why doesn't he have like a snack beforehand? Why is this like his only meal of the day? Here's what we've got.
Good
If
point.
one of the guests is eating more than you consider affordable, dish up the meal yourself. The reply, he will be hungry if I do that, which is a no because it has happened before and caused drama.
Okay.
In fact, if you read another comment from this person, the first time it happened, 2 girls had to order some takeout because they were still starving and he had eaten the rest of their food. He went up for seconds because it was a small first plate and unfortunately there was none left. Everyone goes, how is that happening? That he's getting up for seconds before people have finished their small first plate. This person says he eats 2 to 3 servings, but he will eat them very fast and will run up and get a second plate of food before anyone else, make a joke about it, and say he was starving. So while I still think this woman could have handled this infinitely better, I might have to reconsider my position on firefighters. He comes over, he's like, oh, there's going to be free food at the function, shows up, speeds the first plate, goes, sorry guys, I'm really hungry, goes up to the food, takes as much as he can so that there is none left, and then just shovels it in front of them.
Yeah.
You're describing
This
to
is-
me like a Looney Tunes bit. Like,
Is this guy
guy's a
walking around
cartoon
with like
character.
a big hole in the bottom of his shoe? Like he was like, "Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna eat today," and he opens up his wallet and a moth flies out of it, and like but he's like, "Oh, I've got it. I'll marry this woman who has an inn at a potluck," and he goes in and just goes to town.
we got Patrick Starr as a firefighter. Like, I've had my first and second servings. Now I'm gonna starve.
I think this is a Seinfeld episode. Yeah.
My husband Newman. No, it's just so weird. I think that I would say probably everyone involved in this is an awful, evil person. You know, they're like, you know what it feels like?
Yeah.
Did you ever have a relationship early in your life, like where you weren't really doing a relationship? I'm talking like elementary, middle school, but you were kind of role playing a relationship that you had seen on TV or in movies or something. It feels like these people are like role playing having a dinner party. Like these are like 11-year-olds who are like, oh yes, you go to the dinner party and you eat, and like the guy is like filling up on jelly beans and popcorn like the fucking Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and all of the friends are like, why is it a girls' night? We should invite Snoopy. It's just, it doesn't seem like anyone in this story acts the way you would expect a human to act.
Yeah, because like I'm thinking about this. If I'm poor and I can't afford to do these dinners, my first thought is, I should probably cut back on the dinners and let my friends know, hey, I'm struggling financially. The dinners are tough. I might not be able to do them as much anymore. That's like the first thing. And then like friends normally would be like, cool, let's think of a solution, maybe, blah, 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 potluck, all that crap. That's like the first thing I say. I'm just like, I'm poor. And I think most people understand that when you're poor, you're poor.
If you were a human and you came over for a dinner with a bunch of friends and you all knew you were kind of in dire financial straits, everyone would offer to Venmo at the end. Or the dinner would be proposed as a potluck. Or the friends would be like, oh, what can we do to help? Can we bring something ourselves? But instead, the only input we get from the friends is like, why is it a girls' night? Which, honestly, that question caught me so off guard. I've never heard anyone ask that. Like, hey, we're going to make it a girls' night. Why is it a girls' night? What the fuck do you mean? Yes! Why is it a girls' night?
Yes. I thank you.
Oh, Jeopardy's on at 8.
How is that? Why are you questioning this?
It's out of this fucking world. It's not a question like a sentient human would ask. They'd just be like, oh, I'm sure there's a good reason.
Can women not have girls' night?
Oh, wait a minute, though. Because wasn't the couple with the firefighter hungry caterpillar, aren't they the only like married couple? That's actually an interesting dynamic. Is he the only guy?
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, actually, you know what? Your point still stands. If you just say you want to make it a girls' night, then it's like, okay.
Whoa. No. Whoa. Slow down. My friend has been married for a year. She is the only one in the friend group that is married.
That's true. Okay, thank you.
That doesn't
Good
mean
catch.
everyone is single there.
I mean, the question's valid either way. Just say you want to make it a girls' night. And then, like, it's so weird to be like, why can't I bring my significant other? Like, I guess. This is just baffling. You know, I'm blown away. I have no words.
It plays out like a Seinfeld episode. You have the problem, which is you can't afford to keep doing these potlucks, or you can't afford to keep doing these dinners. The obvious solution: stop doing the dinners, make them less frequent. The less obvious solution: make it a potluck, ask people to chip in. Completely blown through. Kramer comes through the door and goes, guys, I figured it out. We're going to make it a girls' night because statistically, the firefighter husband is the man who eats the most. And everyone goes, yeah, that's a good idea. And then by the end of the episode, you have to prove to people that you're attracted to women because you dated someone who had man hands. You know, things coalesce. And what we're seeing here is the second act of a Seinfeld. I want to go to the B plot. Maybe the wheelchair woman is the B plot to this Seinfeld episode.
Stop, please.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best part, is that the more you say this is a Seinfeld episode, the more I believe it, because everyone, I feel like, is a character in Seinfeld. Why didn't she talk about this normally? Why can't the friends have a girls' night? But that all makes sense in Seinfeld. They all suck and they're not normal.
Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Decision time.
Danny, is this poster the asshole?
This person...
Let me fix this for you. I can just go first. I think this woman is the biggest asshole in the universe, could have resolved this 55 different ways, and now is shocked that her terrible, awful solution blew up in her face. I think her whole friend group sucks and should disband. I think the husband and his wife should get divorced, but certainly this person is an asshole. They are the asshole.
Yeah, I lost the plot a bit. Thank you for bringing me back. Absolutely correct. This person is the asshole. 1,000,000%, 1,000%.
You know what's crazy is you know that this woman, for the rest of her life, is going to bring up with this friend group, well, I tried to do something nice for us, and you couldn't even let me do dinners.
Yeah, that's so true.
True. The wife of the firefighter is going to have to go, can you stop bringing up the fucking dinners, you jag off? If this sounds like you and your friends, dear listener, you gotta go. You gotta go. Get a new friend group. Put Seinfeld on in the background if you feel lonely. It'll be exactly the same.
I'm going to reiterate.
Jordan?
This is not... this is a lesson in tact. Okay, I'm going to say... I said it once. I'm going to say it again. This is a lesson in tact. There are so many ways that this poster, where she could have resolved this situation without being an asshole, but she did it in such a way where she is the asshole. So yes, she is the asshole.
The council has spoken.
It's actually crazy how good
we're so good at this.
Oh, man. I guess that wraps it up for the week. Quick reminder that there will be a bonus episode on Patreon arguably, by the time this goes up. But, we'll see how things happen. And other than that, we will see you next week. Guys, you got any closing thoughts?
I can't wait.
Watch Seinfeld.
I do feel like a significant amount of Am I the Asshole is just like creative writing. But this one is just like, it's too real. It's
yes.
It's like no human would write this
so
because
good.
This isn't a thought process that occurs in any living human being.
You read this one and you know this last one is 100% fucking real. Like 100%. They did not make this up, and they think they are so right that there's no way they could be the asshole, but that is just so like clearly they just it's phenomenal. I love it. I love it so much.
I actually have a fantastic way to close this out. I clicked on the profile for the person's throwaway about their, they don't want to feed the husband anymore. And would you believe that they have only ever commented on one additional post on the website, and it was, am I the asshole for not wanting my sister at my wedding because she's in a wheelchair?
No way! No way! Are you serious?
Oh,
that's it.
oh shit! She agrees with us. Call it.